We all have them. Those digital chores, the small, repetitive tasks that just seem to eat up our time. Well, today we're going to explore how a little bit of simple automation can basically teach your computer to handle all that boring stuff for you. It's all about getting your time back to focus on what actually matters.
I mean, really think about that for a second. All those little tasks you do, backing up files, checking on things, cleaning up space, they seem small, but they really add up, don't they? So, what if your computer could just do them, all on its own, humming away in the background without you ever having to think about it?
And that, right there, is exactly what an automation script is. It's not some crazy, complex coding wizardry. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a recipe. It's just a simple list of instructions you write down one time, and it tells your computer exactly what to do, step by step. All right, so let's jump in with a really big one. A problem I think we all have a deep primal fear of: losing our important files. We're going to build ourselves a digital safeguard. Ugh, it's that heart-stopping moment, isn't it? Your computer just gives up, the hard drive fails, and suddenly years of family photos or that huge project you've been working on are just gone. It's a total nightmare, but it's also a preventable one. And this is the solution. Now, I know, at first glance, this code might look a little intimidating, but its job is incredibly simple. This script is our safety net. It's designed to automatically create a copy of our most important stuff, so you just never have to worry about it again. So let's break down that recipe. It's just 4 easy steps. First, you tell the script what you want to back up and where you want to put the copy. Simple. Second, it squishes those files into a compressed package to save space. Third, it slaps the current date on the file name so you can always find the one you're looking for. And finally, it keeps a little diary, a log file, that tells you if the backup worked or not. It's a beautiful, simple, and effective safeguard. Okay, next up, let's tackle another super common headache: running out of disk space. We're going to go from a passive safeguard to a proactive watchdog, a script that's always keeping an eye on things for you. Oh, you know this feeling. You're right in the middle of something important. You go to save your work and bam, disk full. Everything just grinds to a halt. It is so frustrating, and it always seems to happen at the absolute worst moment. So this script right here, this is your early warning system. Its entire job is to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, just so you know, you're starting to run a little low on space over here. It warns you before it becomes a crisis. And the logic is really straightforward. First, you just set a warning level, like, say, 80% full. Then, the script just regularly checks your disk usage, and if any part of your disk crosses that 80% line, it just jots down a little note in a log file. It gives you a heads up with plenty of time to clear some stuff out. No more surprises. Okay, so we've got a safeguard for our files and a watchdog for our disk space. Now let's talk about a guardian, a script that actively monitors if everything on your system is running exactly the way it should be. For more complicated systems, you can't be there 24/7, right? You need to know, is that critical program still running? Is a certain user logged in when they should be? Checking this stuff manually is a huge pain. Automation is the perfect answer. Now here's a really simple little guardian. This script's only job is to check if a specific user, in this example, Sidesh, is currently logged into the system. And if they are, it just makes a quick note in its log file. It's a super simple yes or no check that just runs in the background. But check this out, because this is where it gets really powerful. This script is more than just a guardian. It's a problem solver. It checks if a critical service, like a web server, is running. If it is, great, it makes a note. But if it's not running, it doesn't just send you an alert. It automatically tries to restart the service itself. It finds the problem and it fixes the problem, all on its own. How cool is that? So we have all these individual little tools, right? A backup script, a disk checker, a monitor. But the real magic, the real power, happens when you make them all work together, kind of like an orchestra. And for any good orchestra, you need a conductor and, of course, some rules. So instead of having to remember to run each script separately, you can create one master script that acts as the conductor. Its only job is to tell all your other little scripts when to play their part, creating one single, powerful routine. And just look at how simple the conductor's sheet music is. This master script basically just says, okay, let's start a new log for today. And then, one by one, it calls our other scripts. Time to run the backup. Now run the disk check. And now run the service check. It's so beautifully simple and organized. Now, to make sure all of this automation works reliably, there are a few key rules of the road. First, always use the full file paths so your scripts never get lost. Second, always test your scripts by hand before you set them to run automatically. And third, you need to use a scheduler like cron. Think of cron as the alarm clock for your computer. You can tell it to run your scripts at any time you want, every hour, once a day, you name it. That's what makes it true hands-off automation. So really, this is the transformation we're talking about. You go from this world of manual tasks, forgotten backups, and surprise errors that ruin your day to a world of efficiency, reliability, and just genuine peace of mind. The kind of peace you get from knowing your digital chores are just being handled. And that brings us to the end. So the real question I want to leave you with is this. What's that one simple, repetitive task in your digital life that's just begging to be automated? What little recipe could you write for your computer that would give you back a little more time and a little more peace of mind? Thanks for joining me.